Hello everybody, my name is Mitch. Welcome back to my single player Mitch Plays Minecraft, Mitchcraft World. And today we've been looking for a swampy spot. And here's a swampy spot, but it's not the one we've been looking for because it's got like this weird terrain generation going on here. Where we've like updated two different versions of Minecraft and it's like, oh, now this is going to be like a nice little foresty hill area. No, it's not, it's a swamp. All of a sudden swamp appears. Which is, I don't know, it's kind of cool because this doesn't really happen in the game that much anymore. Because I think they fixed that in between versions. But this version's been going on since, I guess, the Adventure update, which is like 1.7, 1.8. So, you know, it's rather old world. So sometimes finding the perfect spot to build things, a little bit on the difficult side. But I think I've got a spot in mind. Which is going to be somewhat over here. Have I flown too far away from it now? No, here we go. If it'll render in here. Oh, this little area over here is kind of cool. Let's take a quick spot over here. This is, yeah, we've got original villagers still in this village. Like your old school, really, really old school Minecraft villagers. I fenced this in a long time ago thinking, I'll do something with it. And still, all these years later, it just exists here. I don't know, they may end up being helpful one of these days, especially if we ever do any kind of villager trading over here. But over here, we have our little desert fort area where we get into the end. And just right off over here, we've got a swamp fairly close. So I was thinking we might do a blue orchid farm type thing somewhat underneath this area here. So let's get inside here. Jump up here. I still like this little fort, even though it's simple. You know, it's like it built way back when. It still kind of has its charm, I guess. Let's open this. And I've kind of tweaked things here and there, but I'd never want to tear this thing down just because, you know, I don't know. It's a really cool old thing to look at. I mean, why tear things down when I could just like rebuild something else somewhere else? My idea anyway. Although I did do a lot of renovations down here. This place is really, really cool looking. I love this little area down here. And, you know, doing something else down here could be a really cool thing. So we kind of got this little area here where we got these furnaces set up. I'm going to tear all this down. And I'm thinking about putting a tunnel straight out this way until we reach swamp. And then setting up some kind of blue orchid farm. Like a little simple setup. We don't need like the most complicated thing in the world. Just so we can get these flowers right here fairly easily. And that's the last flower we have to gather in this world. Oops. I got too aggressive there. Let's put that back in. Yeah. So I'm going to get to work digging out a path that way and see how far we've got to go before we reach swamp. Well, well, well. Progress has been made. Let's jump through here. Run down our little tunnel here all the way down to the swamp biome. I'm excited about what we can do with this tunnel and how this whole little build over here is going to turn out. But we got the basics kind of up and running. I followed a tutorial, I think it was from Shulkercraft. I'll try to leave a link in the description to show you, you know, the basic how-to. But I didn't want to build it on camera because this really isn't my design. It's his. So I didn't want to, you know, seem like, hey, look at my tutorial. Because it's not. I copied this from someone else, but it's pretty cool looking. So you put all the bone meal inside here, which feeds it to like a little dispenser in the middle there. And then all you've got to do is hit, I think it's this note block. There you go. And then that starts it up. And then just start spitting those out like crazy. And then to stop it. There we go. Okay, just takes a couple of hits. Then you just run through here, pick up all the stuff. We're getting a lot of seeds too, which we can eventually turn back into bone meal to feed this thing. But there you go, just those few seconds that we had it running. Was that two? Yeah, 2 stacks of wheat seeds, and then 2 stacks of the blue orchids. That's pretty cool. So the next thing on our to-do list here is to make this thing look a lot better. Right now I just kind of followed the basic structure, got, you know, figured out where our swampland was, which I originally built a little bit more over here. Then I was like, oh crap, this is a river biome right about here. Wasn't going to work out. So, now Just gotta see what we can do about making this room here look pretty. Like, I need to add some lighting, like right about here, maybe. Just so that this thing isn't all dark in the middle, because even with the torches on the outside here, that's not reaching towards the center. So that's a problem. You know, the fact that we've kind of got, like, you know, this miscellaneous part of the stronghold is a problem. We've got a skeleton hanging out over there. I'll take care of you. Oh, there we go. You gonna die now? You know, stay time. There we go. He's dead. But yeah, we got this ravine down the middle here, which will probably end up being covered up. I don't know. Look at that. We got abandoned mine shafts off that way too. This is all really old world terrain. So there's not many goodies. Oh, I see you. We gotta watch out for these guys down there. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to shape up a kind of, you know, shape to go with here, and then we'll figure out what kind of blocks and how we want it to look. Because for the most part, I think we want to try to match like this super stronghold look and design that we've got going on over here. Kind of have the same look and feel so it matches, but we might end up doing a couple of, you know, unique things here and there. Who knows? Because like this area here, I really like how this whole thing flows. It's just got like little detail blocks, like this brick here, then like the different woods kind of mixed in here, and the fence with the spruce wood behind it. I really love this area, and I'm happy to, you know, get to do a little bit more over here. I'm pretty happy with the shape of things here now. I've kind of brought the walls in every which way, figured out a ceiling height, and then we kind of got a little bit of decoration here with kind of pillars. Those probably won't stay cobblestone. I don't know what exactly we're going to use there. I was just trying to figure out the shape and size of things. And I really like what we got going on here. We replaced all the fence here with walls. So everything's kind of like enclosed within this little area. And then we got some hanging lights. Those will probably stay. I was just trying to figure out what would be a good position to look good and light up the bottom there, of course. Then we still stick our bone meal into here. Then tunnel-wise, I got it straightened out. Pretty much figured out all the way up to here. I mean, we still got a few pokey holes here and there that we need to cover up and light up. But for the most part, this is going to be a straight tunnel all the way back over to here. And there you go. It'll lead us back over into this area. Now I just need to bring some of these like design concepts and tunnel ideas and things. Like, what did we do over here? This is kind of like a tight turn right here. And then up here and down there to the beacon, it's kind of boring. So yeah, we got a lot to work with here. So I think the next step is going to probably be to tear out this floor here. I want to replace it like we've done with these other rooms where we transition into like another wood type. Oh, actually, I'm using dark oak there. Do I still have some dark oak? I had the spruce and the ready, but yeah, we'll just start with this here. Do like that, like that. That. Stack it up. Dig out this floor. Let's see, where does it start? Like here it starts like right there. So I would say like here. Is that what I did on this other side? I don't got. Yeah, it starts there, here, there, here. Well, here I did something different. That's something to think about. But I do think I want to go with the dark oak just to have the contrast there for the most part. So I'm going to get back to digging here, and we'll come back once we've got something a little prettier to look at. Well, I'm a few hours into this, and I think we've, found a good spot here as far as the hallway goes. Good design. It kind of carries on the traditional stronghold design that we got built over here, using these same kind of little barrier sections in between. I just kind of copied that pattern and did it all the way down both sides. And I think it looks good. Plus we mixed up the floor a little bit. I did just have it all being the dark oak, but it looks so boring. I had to put something else in here, which introduced, doing the little carpets here, and then I added in the stripped logs in between here, and also kind of mixed up the ceiling too on a different pattern. It all meshes well together though. The only thing I don't like maybe is all the torches, but we kind of did the torch thing all through, the rest of the building, so it'd look weird if I replaced that with lanterns or something else at this point. And then we've got our little hedges over here. And then inside here, we haven't done a lot more other than work on this little entrance area. which also kind of copies the design that we've got on the outside there. If we walk all the way back over. But yeah, for the most part, I think, I might do something else with the ceiling area. I don't know. I don't want to do too much because then I've got to do more to the other sections and really don't want to have to do all that today. But see, we kind of have that same kind of pattern going on in here. Very kind of, vanilla ceiling situation in here. The floor is a little bit more decorated, but hey. But yeah, look at this. Now, do we want to carry this kind of color and light situation through to this room over here, or do we not? That's going to be the next thing I've kind of got to look at and figure out how we're going to do storage over here. And I also want to have somewhere where I can put the seeds into a composter, make bone meal. Might even feed it directly into there. I don't know. You know me, I do like to have manual things to do. But for the most part, this whole building area idea is shaping up very nicely. Now our furnace setup here might be a little bit on the downgraded side. Have it smelting up some of the iron that I found digging out that tunnel. But for the most part, it'll do. Having like 8 different furnaces over there really was, kind of pointless. This, though, is not. Look at our fabulous tunnel here. I love this. I've been sitting here working on this, going back and forth, looking at this little detail, looking at that little detail, thinking, oh, I could do this, oh, I could do that. But I think we're just about done here. I'm keeping it simple. We just kind of have a room built into the end here. And for this little part here where the farm is, I thought it'd look cool if it was kind of like caving in, or maybe like the support was built into like where the cave and stuff was meeting in with the stronghold. Might look a little deteriorated, a little rotten in places. And that kind of breaks it apart from this part of the room over here, which is still, it might be a little bit mossy, but it's, doing the trick. It's, staying up and running. We got storage over here for the blue orchids. Then we got wheat seeds in here. Up here, I'm going to stick bone meal. That was just kind of the extra bone meal I had up there. And then we got the composter set up. I kind of just covered up the hopper with the trapdoor. And then trapdoor up there just because it looked good. You know me, I just like to keep it balanced out here. But for the most part, all this works perfectly. You just stick the bone meal in there. And then click this. And then it goes back and forth. Then turn it off by clicking it again. Oh, come on. Off. There we go. It's a little tricky, but it does the cake. It's going to work out great. I'm going to pick all this stuff up. I think I got all of it. Yeah. And we can just kind of break them and walk around too. And then see, look at that. That was almost a stack and a half. And then with all these wheat seeds, well, I guess we can just stick them down here for now. Who knows? I've got storage of wheat seeds like all over this world. I'll never use them all. But just in case, any great Minecrafter will tell you, just in case you want to keep them handy. I kind of made that same pattern with like the crisscross shape like we did over here behind our storage. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this whole thing turned out. So I think that's probably going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And I will see you guys again next time.